Okay, the sum of the roots of f. So sum of the roots for f is minus 3 over k, minus b over a. And for g, the product of the roots is minus d over a, which is 9 over m. We know those two are equal, so minus 3 over k equals 9 over m, which gives us minus m equals 3k. Now we're also told that one of the roots is imaginary, no real part at all. So so alpha I is a root of g of x. So if I plug that into g of x, I get m lots alpha I cubed expand that, I cubed is minus I, so I get minus alpha cubed mi, 2 alpha squared, 3 alpha I, take away 9 equals 0. Now because this is 0, in other words it's the point 0, 0 in the Argand diagram, I know that the real part and the imaginary part are both 0. So if I look at the imaginary part, so that tells me that minus m alpha cubed 3 alpha equals 0, and also from the real part is going to be 0. I get 2 alpha squared, take away 9 equals 0. So that tells me alpha squared is 4.5. Now I go back to the imaginary one. That gives me, I can take a factor of alpha out. And I know that alpha does not equal 0. So therefore this bracket must be 0. So that implies 3 equals alpha squared m. And I know what alpha squared is. Alpha squared is 4.5. So 3 equals 4.5 m. So m equals 2/3. And k, going back to the top, is minus m over 3. So that implies k minus 2/9. Okay, so now we've got f of x is minus 2 over 9 x squared, 3x minus 11 equals 0. Just a quadratic. So we've got x equals 27 plus or minus 3 root 7i all over 4, which we can get from the calculator. G of x, we know one of the roots is, let me write it out, sorry, 2x cubed minus 6x squared, 9x minus 27 equals 0. I know that one of the roots is alpha I, and I know that alpha squared is 4.5. So alpha squared is 9 over 2. So alpha equals, well, it's going to be alpha and beta, root 9 over 2. So we've got alpha equals root 3 over root 2. Sorry, 3 over root 2, apologies. 3 over root 2. Beta is, because they all come in pairs, it's going to be minus 3, it's the other root here, over root 2. And I know the sum of the roots equals minus b over a, which is 3. So that implies, well, these two add up to give 0, implies gamma must equal 3. Okay, so the roots are, if I rationalise the denominator, I get 3 root 2 over 2i, so it should be i's, apologies, minus 3 root 2, for goodness sake, minus 3 root 2i over 2, and 3. Okay, and it says finally plot the points on an Argand diagram. Apologies if I just do this a little bit short, small one at the bottom here. Okay, so you've got your Argand diagram. I know I'm going to need a line of symmetry in the x-axis. I've got no negatives, so here we go. So I've got roots of f. F of x I've got up here 27 plus 3 root 7 over I, which is roughly over here. Probably do a slightly better plotting job than me, but there we go. So that's f of x. And g of x, we've got plus or minus 3 root 2. I don't know whether it's bigger or smaller than this, so check on the calculator, because it asks you to plot them. I'm just sketching them, so please do a better job than me here. And they're the 3 roots of g. Okay, but because it says plot, try and do that somewhat to scale, please.